if you're interested in coaching, reach out. I'm willing to do an hour to 2 hours and we can look through any issues in your life. I will never be able to change your life, but I can show you the principles so you change your own life. And how's it going? Today, the first topic I want to get into is what can we do to be offended less often? And being offended is rarely going to be something that benefits us in our life, our relationships, our creativity. Being offended dampens how we perform, and it limits our ability to be creative and to reach our maximum capacity as beings. How can we avoid being offended? Well, usually it comes from a feeling of being inferior. And inferior, lack of self-confidence, basically the same thing. So how can we build our self-confidence in a way where when someone says something, you or we don't immediately establish that offensive claim or rude statement, we don't attach ourselves to that. So I was tripping over my words a bit because it's hard to put into specific words these complex emotions that beings go through. But we have the ability to live in a way where our self-image is bolstered. With a strong self-image, it is much less likely that someone's statement or opinion or thought is going to make us feel inferior or offended. So the number one thing I think is key, we have to take care of our bodies. And by taking care of our bodies, going on walks, working out, doing different athletic exercises, and of course we have to monitor nutrition, but the big thing I want to focus on is what you do every day, the routines, the habits that we create. You should be getting outside and going for a walk often. And from a younger point of view or a less mature perception, someone's going to say, what the fuck does going for a walk do for your self-image? Well, yeah, the first day you go for a walk probably doesn't do much. But when you say you're going to do something and then you stick to what you say you're going to do, that strengthens your confidence. So to tell yourself, I'm going to go for a walk daily because it gives me fresh air, sunlight, and we need those things. As human beings, there is scientific data that is linked directly to the benefits of seeing sun in the first few hours after waking up. And even if you don't get it in the first few hours, there is still amazing benefits from getting outside, being in nature, and getting vitamin D from the sun, no matter what time of the day you get outside. Point being, take care of your body so your self-image is stronger. With a stronger self-image, others' opinions and rude statements are not going to get nearly close to triggering you. Now, I'm not saying with a strong self-image that we don't get emotional or get offended. If I'm driving and I have the right of way, but someone takes my right of way, I'm gonna get offended. You know what I mean? I can't help that. But the point is, when I'm talking to you guys, this is for me just as much as it is for you. Because I'm not, and I'll never be perfect. People don't get perfect. We always are gonna have, if you're pushing to be your best, it's like an elastic band. You're getting better, but then you have a bad day and you snap back. Point being, I'm here speaking my thoughts, trying to help you guys because it reinforces the healthy habits that I've been working on myself. I hope that makes sense. And so with the working out, there has to be a consistency to it. And with consistency, we can transfer into the second statement of you have to fuel your body and work out the proper way, but you also have to fuel your mind. You cannot just be a good athlete, go for your walks, get your workouts, and not be paying attention to your psychology and how your thoughts are flowing, the process of thinking and having patterns and routines. It is so important to have a balanced life. That's why I wear this ring. No, it's in the middle. Not because fuck you. It's in the middle for balance. And that is just a key principle in life. You're never, or not never, it is best to have everything either above average or at least medium. By everything, I'm referring to your mental intake, your exercise, your relationships, your financial status, your social status, all of these things that people get very wound up about, or they have a tunnel vision. You know, when I just got out of high school, my tunnel vision was fucking money. All I wanted was money. All I thought about was money. It's all I did every day. Money, money, money. How much did I make today? How much did I make today? And I wasn't learning too much, or I at least wasn't focused on learning. I was forced to learn in college. Don't get me started on college. I'll give you this rough rant, though. If the education system gave citizens, Americans, any human being, the choice to pick specifically what they wanted to learn about and then supply them with the guidelines, the courses, the information for their specific interest, people would like learning so much more. People would read so much more. But since the education system fucking forces everything down your throat, doesn't give you the option to choose what the individual is intrigued by, but says, hey, you're all the same, fucking read this. You know, I can't stand that. And that's why we have a plague of uneducated people, because they just force it upon you. They don't give you the freedom to choose what the individual is intrigued by. So, rant over. I could go forever about the toxicity of our education systems. Not saying there's not some good aspects. Of course there's some good aspects, but there's a lot that needs fixing. So much that could be improved. And that is a principle for your life and my life. We can aim to be perfect. We know we're not going to be perfect, but with the goal of being our best, what else can you do? That should be all of our goals. Simple. Okay, so I was going to get into the importance of education, and by learning how we learn, we become more open to others' opinions, and this translates to being offended less often, because when you are more knowledgeable, it gives us the ability to take someone who maybe a month ago, maybe 6 months ago, we completely were closed off to their perception and to their point of view. But by being educated, it makes us come to the realization that we don't know everything. And honestly, there is so much that we do not know. That's number one. Embrace the fact that you're not fucking Einstein, okay? People, we gotta realize that we all have talents, and specified knowledge is amazing, but just because you're a doctor doesn't mean you know everything about exercise and nutrition. And just because you're a doctor doesn't mean that you know everything about human nature and can differentiate between when someone might be lying to you or when the greater good is just a bullshit made-up excuse for someone's corrupt agenda. That's more of a low-key rant right there, but a rant indeed. So it is crazy. I have a few things written down, and I'm kind of leading what I've written down. That's just a funny, interesting thing. So accept that we are not perfect. We won't be perfect. And the goal in mind is to do our best. Tea, very good. Chai tea with a little honey and some cream. I love it. Best way to start the morning. Then maybe some coffee once you're more into the day. But, don't get me started on caffeine. Caffeine is something that is so powerful, but people misuse it. You gotta wake up naturally. Wake up, be awake for, 2, 3, 4 hours before you use that caffeine. I'm not a doctor, that's just what I've figured out works for me. When I use coffee immediately after waking up, it's just a fucking storm of anxiety and rushing. On the other hand, if you wake up on time, you wake up naturally, and you do healthy habits in the morning, whether it's exercise, get the sunlight, go for a walk, read, write, and then you have coffee after doing the healthy morning routine. Hey, that's just what works for me. I'm not telling you what to do, just sharing what works for me. So we're not perfect. We'll never be perfect. We know this. How can we be our best? Yeah, comes from consistency, perseverance through when we know something is going to be healthy for us, but our emotions are telling us, stay in bed, dude. You stayed up late last night. Stay in bed. You're tired. Stay in bed. Well, really, fuck you, bitch voice. I'm going to get up. And what do I have to do if I'm tired? Oh, how about go to bed on time tonight? Yeah, not sleep in and create a continuous toxic cycle of inefficiency. I hope that makes sense. So let's move on to how can I build confidence? And to start, confidence is built from doing hard things. Simply put, don't quit, never quit. Fuel your mind with that. Excuse me. I will never quit. I will never quit. I will never quit. No matter what. Of course, we have bad days. Emotions get to us. We get sad. We get off. We get upset. That's normal. Completely normal. I get upset. I get sad. I get off moods. I get cranky. Okay? But by doing hard things, we can minimize the amount of time we spend stuck in those lower frequency feelings. Hard things. I mean, maybe it's not physically hard, and maybe it's mentally hard. And then you just reverse that. Maybe it's physically hard and it's not mentally hard. Or maybe it's both. Maybe for example, the most I've ever ran in my life, it's not too impressive for my standards. Maybe it's impressive to you, maybe not. I ran 13 miles one day. That day, I challenged my physical limits and my mental limits. But honestly, I don't even know, because there are people who have run 100 miles, so shit. Who am I really to say I challenged myself if people have done that? Point being, I'm not comparing myself to others and saying my 13 miles wasn't good. Point being, before I ran that 13 miles, my max was 5 miles. I said, hey, I'm gonna do something wild today. I'm gonna break a record. Let's say 12. Honestly, the goal for the day was only 12, and I just lost count. But what happens is you set a goal, you know it's going to be hard, but you commit to it. You say, I'm doing this. I am doing this. When I was on that run, there wasn't an option for me to not get to 12 miles. I set out knowing 12 miles was the goal. 12 miles would be ran. Now, I'm talking about this because my legs started to hurt. I felt this ligament on the back of my knees start to just get uncomfortable after, 8 miles. So what did I do? No, I didn't quit. I ran through the pain. That's physical pain, mental pain. Something I did to help myself, there's these little power lines from the walk that I was doing. And, they're consecutive. Every certain amount of yards, there's another power line. So every time I passed one of those, I was like, good job. And I would look, next power line. That is one of the mental aspects of a physical and mental challenge. Mentally, I'm like trying to occupy my mind, trying to continue to be motivated. Physically, I'm in a little pain, big whoop. You have to understand the limits, the point that the brain wants to give up in a physical or mental endurance challenge. That's only 40% of your capacity. So I guarantee you, if I made it through 13 miles, I could probably run 30 miles. Next, who knows? But this is important because we, in 2020, 2022, I'm just being broad here, we have so much blessings. The way that I'm living as a middle class being is probably, I know, much better than how a king lived, 200 years ago. Think about that. The average human being is a king from 200 years ago. And people want to complain that our world is horrible, that America sucks. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, but I mean it. What the? People, we need to understand there is so much to be grateful for. Stop fucking complaining and build your self-image. Push through hard challenges. Embrace being uncomfortable. There's power in this. I hope I'm not offensive, but I'm not going to put a mask on or sugarcoat my suggestions or my personal experiences. The reason I'm happy, literally, not every day, but 90% of the time I can enjoy myself because I understand all the hard things I've went through, the moments that I wanted to quit, the horrible months, weeks that I've had in my life of, sometimes I was just distracted and it really wasn't that bad. But looking back, I was living in a state of consistent misery. And I have to laugh at it. What else is there to do now? Because I am so much stronger of a person and I'm not bloating. Is that the word? I'm not showing off. I'm not tooting my horn. Just sharing experiences. The fact that you go through hard things and you don't quit. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's, it's in a girl song. It's a good song. Vibes. What else? Build a routine that challenges you. Yeah, the routine, what we do every day. I care about the small things, the smallest of motherfucking things. Your attitude, your tone of voice. When you wake up, what you put in your body, what you read, what you think about, what you listen to. All these things compound. It's like the snowball effect. You push a small snowball and, 5 yards later, it's fucking huge. How'd that happen? Yeah, it's compounding. So, the smallest of things, don't overlook them. Please pay attention to the small things. You're gonna notice massive changes, and I promise you this: the smallest of things turn into your future. Simply put, I really hope you learned and enjoyed. One thing that there's a fee, okay? I can't create and use this effort to help you guys without a fee. What's the fee? Share this with one person who you know could help themselves or benefit from this knowledge. I really appreciate you. If you enjoyed or learned, go into whatever podcast platform you listen to. And whether you just want to give a rating, 5 stars, 4 stars, hey, let's do 5 stars. But no, fuck that. If I did good, 5 stars. If I did shit, 0 stars. Be honest. And a review if you're really trying to show me some love. But hey, focus on the small things. Just pay attention to how you can do your best to be less offended, building your self-confidence, and the small routines, habits are going to turn into your self-image. So enjoy your day, and I do appreciate you. Thank you so much.